Today we're in Somerset, Kentucky at one of the oldest eateries in Pulaski County. Amon's Sugar Shack has garnered plenty of accolades. And today we learn about not only their delectable donuts, but the myriad of other baked goods and comfort foods that are offered here. Let's go spin some dough. Amon Stevens, a World War II vet, founded Amon's Bakery, known as the sweetest place in town since 1951. This bakery began as a birthday present to Amon's wife, Rosemary. Together, they turned their talent for making what Southern Living calls divine donuts into a nationally recognized family business. Although Amon passed away just shy of his 91st birthday in March of 2012, he left his family with a successful business and the community with a lasting impression. I'm here with Rosemary Stevens, and she's founder of Amon's Sugar Shack. And we're just going to talk a little bit about kind of how this all got started. I mean, this is, I guess, the sweetest place since 1951, right?
I guess. Try to keep it that way, yes.
Well, tell me a little bit how you got started.
Well, at the end, when my uncle, we learned the business with him, and then he called us. We were in Detroit, Michigan, so he called us and he said, "You want to buy it? I want to sell it. I don't like this." So yes, we came back, and Amon said, "Well, it's your birthday, hon." Said, I'll buy this for your birthday."
Aww.
So January the 18th, 1951 is when he finished the transaction of it, and so that's what he bought me for my birthday, and I tell him that I've never been out of a job since.
Well, and it's changed a lot over the years.
Oh yes, it's changed. First just the donuts, like I said, and then we put a little restaurant with it, and started small, and then it grew.
Well, Amon really had a huge impact, I mean, clearly on this, but even just on the community. I mean, I was reading about him, and you know, not only was he a World War II vet, he also was a pastor, and just a big part of the community. I mean, it seemed like everybody loved him.
They did. They loved him. He, like 1 week of being 91 years old when he passed away. Wow. And but he was interested in the God's Food Pantry.
Right.
He'd take, you know, donuts there, and Thanksgiving time he'd take pies and things, and he was interested in people and compassionate. He was a compassionate person.
Well, he's created quite a legacy here for your family, and I'm so happy that it stayed in the family and that you're still going strong. I'm excited to see more of what you have here.
Yes, I hope you will.
The Pulaski County community residents are not the only ones that are enamored with this shack of sugar. Southern Living has written up the goodness of Amon's twice. They were featured as one of the 101 best places to eat in Kentucky and as the #1 bakery by Southern Living staff for best food finds of the South. This recognition brought in customers from all over the country. Amon's Sugar Shack became nationally known for their donuts, and the demand is still high. They make over 150 dozen donuts daily. They also have an astounding variety of them, over 70 to be exact. But this proud bakery does many things well. They have plenty of cookies, breads, brownies, muffins, bagels, pies, and cakes. Today, we talk with a seasoned cake maker who's been with the bakery for more than 40 years. Wonder if she'd be willing to teach me a thing or two about the art of cake decorating. So I'm here with Patty Dinsmore, and you are the cake maker, decorator extraordinaire. You've been doing this for like 40 years.
Over 40.
You're practically family.
I am family.
You're family.
I am family.
Well, tell me, you must have done a few cakes here.
I've done a lot of cakes, and I said I wish I'd could count of the wedding cakes I've done.
Oh yeah.
And but we have a lot of cakes.
Well, and you were saying you even deliver some to like Lexington and a lot of faraway places.
Richmond, Berea. We go to Monticello, Stearns. We go all about, yeah.
Wow, well people must really love those cakes.
We make our cakes fresh daily. Our icing's made here fresh daily, and it's all homemade.
Well, you were even saying you make the bags for your icing, like you're old school.
I do. I'm old school.
Well, tell me a little bit about some of the things you have in front of us here today.
Okay, this is just our chocolate cake, but they're going with the rough look now.
Right.
And so last weekend I had a wedding cake with the rough look, and people love it.
Yeah, it's like the farmstead, or
yes.
yeah.
They're using a lot of the Raphael on it, the jute flowers.
Sure.
But this one I was just going to put out in the case, so I'm just going to put some icing on it.
Sure.
And do you want me to show you how?
Oh yeah, we'd love to see it work here.
And just put a simple border.
It's all in the wrist, right?
It's all in the wrist. Your wrist gets a lot of work.
I bet.
And, these are fun because you can do your icing or your Raphael, or you can just leave them plain, you know.
Sure.
And
orange is such a fun color right now too.
it's a fall color,
Yeah.
yes. And so I'm using quite a bit of the fall colors right now.
Now, when you make your own icing?
The icing's made, we have a gentleman here, Patrick, he makes the icing.
Wow.
And Terry, Doug's brother, he makes the cakes. And like I say, we make it all homemade.
Wow.
I do the decorating, they do the work. I do the fun part.
You make it pretty.
And so
Now, where do you get your inspiration for these?
I just kind of think of it as I go. I
Okay.
usually don't try to plan nothing out.
Okay, so you're a fly by the seat of your pants kind of girl.
Yes,
All right.
And just kind of a fall.
Oh, sure. Wow, really pretty. Today, we're at Amon Sugar Shack getting our daily dose of sweetness. We're here talking with the family that has owned this business in Somerset, Kentucky since 1951. Although the bakery is nationally known for their divine donuts, they also have an entire restaurant devoted to comfort foods, just like Mom used to make. I'm here with Doug Stevens, and he is the owner of Amon Sugar Shack. It was your father, Amon's, and now you're the proud owner.
Right.
This has been in your family for years.
62.
Wow.
62 years, yeah.
So did you work here as a child? I mean, you just
I
grew
did.
up here?
I grew up in the bakery. My dad was teaching me how to fry donuts at an early age. One of, now I don't recall this specifically, but they said that one of my first experiences with the bakery was when I was a baby, and they would put me in my car seat, which was a donut box. At the time, you know, we weren't required to have car seats, so they hauled me around on this donut route in this donut box, and they've told me about it later, so that story always stuck with me. That was yeah, I grew up in this business.
Literally born to be with donuts.
Born, yeah.
Do you have a favorite donut, or is that like picking a favorite child?
Well, my favorite, not particularly donut, but my favorite product that we make is the cream cheese Danish. I mean,
Okay.
it's by far my favorite of anything that we make. Now, I love our donuts, don't get me wrong, but that's just my particular favorite.
Sure. Well, and that's what's so neat about this place is that you started, you know, it's a donut shop. I mean, this was the place to get donuts, but you've really branched into other things. I mean, you do wedding cakes, and you've got all these wonderful looking pastries and baked goodies, and then you've even got a restaurant where you're serving paninis and burgers and breakfast and a drive-through.
Right.
So you've really started to cater to a lot of different people.
Right. Mom and Dad, when they first started, was a little hole in the wall, downtown Somerset, actually where the Judicial Center is now. I mean, that was just a line of businesses down through there. And then it evolved into a bigger bakery. And then we moved over to the highway, to the Tradewind Shopping Center. And it evolved into kind of a deli, cafe type, plus the bakery.
Well, and the other thing that I love is that you guys are using local products. I mean, you're making it homemade from scratch. You care about the ingredients that are going into it. You're not making a lot of frozen things that, you know, you're getting it out of the freezer. I mean, the hamburger patties, they're real patties, and you're forming them yourself.
They are. We buy it over at, all our meat comes from Food Fair. And we go over there on a daily basis and make it fresh. You know, we want fresh meat daily, and if we have to have it ground 10 times, they'll do it for us. I mean, they're just good people over there.
Right.
And they're locally owned. And then we serve all our burgers on our homemade buns. We just developed that recently.
Amon Sugar Shack attracts customers from all over. They have very loyal patrons who sometimes come to enjoy a childhood favorite or conduct official city business.
The Mad Dog was something that I grew up in near my hometown, which is actually in West Virginia, just near Pittsburgh. And I hadn't had one in 20-some years.
What is a Mad Dog? So it looks like it's got
It's a donut pastry
Okay.
that is elongated rather than round. It sort of looks like a hot dog bun, hence the Mad Dog. And then it has the cream down the middle. It's not something that you can go to a chain restaurant and get.
Sure.
Yeah, this is something that's homegrown, homemade, as is everything else here.
So I'm here with the mayor of Somerset, Eddie Girdler. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today just to talk to us a little bit about Amon Sugar Shack. I guess you're kind of a regular customer.
Well, again, first I'd like to say thank you for coming to Somerset. We appreciate your programs and what you mean to the Commonwealth. And as mayor, it's an honor to have you in our fair city, and hope it's been enjoyable today.
Oh gosh, well thank you. It really has been. This is a great town. You have a lot of things going on here. And one of the places we're at is just a long-standing establishment. This is a great way to just reflect kind of the history and the heritage that you have in Somerset here at Amon's Sugar Shack. And I understand you're a patron here.
I am. This is the American way of life. You know, it's a small business. It's been around for generations. This small business, which again typifies what America is all about, and a lot of the great cities in Kentucky, is that when I was growing up in the 60s, the biggest treat I had was to get a dozen donuts from Amon's Bakery. It's remarkable that in the 60s, this small business, which America thrives on, has been able to survive, to prosper, great products, but ever since the 60s, and it's probably added a little bit of weight to me, and we always compare, no matter where we go, we always compare those products, even in the bigger cities, to Amon's bakery products and Amon's donuts. And so far, throughout all my world travels and throughout the United States of all the major cities, there's not one business which can come up to the taste and the quality of Amon's donuts. But at least once a week, or probably 2 or 3 times a week sometimes, there's a group of us that meets here in the mornings, very early in the mornings, around 6 o'clock, and I get my marching orders as mayor from the coffee buddies around here, so they do play an important part of my life.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm excited to try one.
Thank you a lot, and we appreciate you being in Somerset.
Thank you. With plenty of deli favorites and bakery goodies, you might consider having your next business deal here too. Of course, anytime's a good time to come by Amon's. They're open from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. with action at the drive-thru throughout the day. The high-quality, friendly service and great atmosphere keeps their customers coming back for more.